वल्लभ गिरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ हरि गिरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे गोविंद हरे मुरारे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद. Hare Krishna. Thank you all. So we shall now read to the sloka and then we shall begin our action. Om Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I hope you all can see the screen now. I will take you up.
Yes, Prabhu.
Take you up to sloka now. Just a minute. Cursor is not moving. That's there. If any one of you would like to recite, you can.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yat aditya gatam tejo
यदादित्यगतं तेजो
jagat bhashyate kilam
जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम्
yat chandramasi yat chagno
यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ
tat tejo viddimamakam.
तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
Now 2 lines together. Yat aditya gatam tejo jagat bhashyate akilam.
यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम्
यच्चन्द्रमासि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विधिमामकाम्.
यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
We shall recite the whole sloka together for 3 times. Yat adityakam tejo jagat pashyate akilam yatchandramasi agnau तत्तेजो विधिमामकम्.
यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
यत् आदित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासते अखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि तच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
यत् आदित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासते अखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि आग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So now we shall go to the word meaning. Yat, that which, Aditya Gatam, in the sunshine, Teja, splendor, Jagat, the whole world, Bhashyate, illuminates Akhilam entirely, yet that which Chandramasi in the moon, yet that which Cha also Agnav in fire, that Teja splendor with thee, understand Mamakam from me. Hare Krishna. Now we should move on to the translation. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of the fire also comes from me. Hare Krishna. She'll go to the purport. The unintelligent cannot understand how things are taking place, but one can begin to be established in knowledge by understanding what the Lord explains here. Everyone sees the sun, moon, fire, and electricity. One should simply try to understand the splendor of the sun, splendor of the moon, the splendor of electricity or fire coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In such a conception of life, the beginning of Krishna consciousness, lies a great deal of advancement in conditioning soul in this material world. The living entities are essentially parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, and he is giving herewith the hint how they can come to me, come back to Godhead, come back to Godhead, come back to home. From this verse, we can understand that the sun is illuminating the whole solar system. The different universes, the solar systems are there. There are different suns, moons, planets also. But in each universe, there is only one sun, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.21. The moon is one of the stars, nakshatra, aham sasi. Sunlight is due to the spiritual effulgence of the spiritual sky of the Supreme Lord. With the rise of the sun, the activities of the human beings are set up. They set fire to prepare the foodstuff. They set fire to start the factories. So many things are done with the help of fire. Therefore, sunrise, fire, moonlight are so pleasing to the living entities. Without their help, no living entity can live. So if one can understand that the light and the splendor of the sun, moon, and the fire are emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, then one's Krishna consciousness will begin. By the moonshine, all vegetables are nourished. The moonshine is so pleasing that people can easily understand that they are living by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Without his mercy, there cannot be sun. Without his mercy, there cannot be moon. Without his mercy, there cannot be fire. And without the help of the sun, moon, and fire, no one can live. There are some thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in this. These are some thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned soul. Thank you, Arnada. So now we shall actually start, try to understand what this sloka has to say for us. Hare Krishna. We'll have a short prayer. Guru Pranam. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sakrachatam Sadhana Raghunatam Tamsa Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Krishna Padan Radha Sagana Rita Sevishakanitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataruvyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva ca Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanta Namaste. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Kuchani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasat Dikta Namo Danyaya Krishna Prema Pradagate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaur Krishna Namo Brahmanya Devaya Brahmanaya Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now, actually, what we understand, what Krishna says in this verse is that He is Jagat Sarvam. He is the creator. The Lord is the creator of everything. He has created the sun, moon, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Sun gives us the heat, light, by which we can produce food grains, vegetables, and the moon is one which gives the juices, the 6 types of juices, I said, in to the fruits, vegetables, and fragrance, flower, all those things. So this is a wonderful creation that the Lord has created for us, which nobody can even try to replicate. So, but what to do? We are foolish now. Most of us think that we have created, we have done this machine, we have done this satellite, we have sent this Chandrayana to the moon. Yes, we are very proud. As a nation, we get proud. We say that so and so country launched so and so satellite, but they could not do this. But we have done this. We have found water on the moon. And we collect some sand dust from the people go to the moon, land over there, collect the sand dust, and they bring it over here. So actually, Prabhupada says these are all foolish people. Why are they spending crores and crores of money? And Krishna himself has told in the Bhagavad Gita that this is his own creation. Why they have to go and invent something like this? So what Prabhupada has said is those days itself, Prabhupada has said is so wonderful that all these people are making fools, and all these fools are making fools out of us. So that is what is happening mostly. So we have to only understand only one thing, that the creator has already created this. Okay, so we should know how to behave properly in this earth, and not to misuse the things, not to not to do any harm to other living entities. Like no, Krishna has created wonderful things to do for wonderful things. As human beings, we are supposed to. What is told in Bhagavad Gita also is that we should always chant the glories of the holy name, by which we get empowered to be leading a peaceful and sacred life. But what we do, we actually calculate on so many other things, man-made things. Actually, I read in one of the dharmas that there was only one dharma in this whole in this whole Jagat. It was the Sanatana Dharma. The all other dharmas is called Kaitava Dharma. Kaitava Dharma means man-made dharma. Man-made dharma is nothing but Kaitava Dharma. So these are the things which is given in the scriptures, not that just I'm saying that. Okay. So what we should think is, that's why Krishna says that we all are mudas. Without the heat of the heat and light of the sun, there would be nothing apparent. Okay, nothing can be thing. If the sun fails to rise one day, do you think we shall all be living peacefully? We shall be getting our fire, food, everything? No, it's not possible, because this set up in such a way that everything is perfect. There is nothing as perfect as creation by Lord Krishna. So we should always be thankful to the Lord that every day the sun rises. Of course, sometimes you would have seen during the rainy season, the sun is up a little late, but that doesn't mean that Krishna, already the sun has risen above. It is a moda, the clouds which is covered. That is why when the clouds dissipate, then actually sunlight is already there behind. So we should not think that, oh, yeah, this is happening because of this or that. So everything is done by the grace of Lord. Without the grace of Lord, nothing can actually be happen. So if today I am sitting in this Zoom session and I am talking about some such things, or some other Vaishnava is sitting and talking, without the grace of Guru and without the grace of Srila Prabhupada, this wouldn't have happened, right? This could not have taken place at all. This moment will never be flourishing so wonderfully, because it speaks only the truth, only the truth it speaks. So that is why it is flourishing so much. That is why more and more people are joining, more and more people are getting. So it is our duty, it becomes our basic duty, that we actually speak the truth and not which is false. Okay. So wonderfully, Prabhupada also gave this vision, and our Guru Maharaj also gives us this opportunity, that each one of you, each and every one of this our devotee setup can actually begin a small kutir bhakti. Sorry, bhakti kutir is too big to say. A small bhakti viksha or something, according to their own capacity, by their own by their whatever they could make up, to at least to tell a few words to the people around, make them enlightened, call them for Tulsi Puja, call them for what do you say? It's a custom in among ladies, no, they will call and give archana and kumkum, and they will talk about the glories of the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord. Simple as that. Okay, so now as Krishna Janmashtami is also fast approaching. So Krishna Janmashtami is approaching, then we can take this opportunity to build up our relationships, build up our lost relationships. So this is also called a kind of unity in diversity. So there are, you would say, oh, Prabhuji, Mataji, now I went to this house, they are like this, they follow this, they say that. No, you forget all that barrier, different things, different barriers. Only thing Krishna says is one dharma, Sanatan Dharma. So we follow Sanatan Dharma and we re-establish the Sanatan Dharma. We'll try to give the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Just give them a Bhagavad Gita book. That's enough. Of course, you would say, how much it costs? No, the cost is not the value of the book. The knowledge they actually gain and knowledge you actually give, that is the value of the book. You may say, you may take a few notes. That doesn't mean that the book was worth so much of notes. No, I don't agree to that. Even acharyas don't agree. Bhagavad Gita is such a wonderful knowledge. It can change the people. Some time back, I heard there was one person who was become very morose, and he was very sober, and he would not mingle with anybody. You would not talk to anybody. So this went on for many times and many months together, and finally he isolated himself, and it went to such an extent that he was going to commit suicide. But it was his fortune, I would say, that at that point of time, one devotee knocked at his door and say, Hare Krishna, we are doing this book distribution. Would you like to take this book? So out of hesitation, he actually picked that book. Okay, and with that resentment, and he opened that book and he read a few verses, which actually turned his life. Okay, it is a miracle, because it is a true story. Okay, I'm just not saying this just like that. It's a true story. It's a miracle, and that person became a great devotee. So like that, we don't know how many people we actually can influence, how many people we actually can change. You don't have to think, I did this, he did not change, like that. No, it's not like that. Okay, It's all the mercy of Krishna. Again, I would say it's just the mercy of Krishna. Krishna knows whom to choose, when to choose, how to choose. So now he has chosen you, right? He has chosen one of us. Okay, so it is our duty to try to help to help this movement grow, this Krishna consciousness movement grow. So these are also, if you are aware, I would like to share you a small short story. This fight is going. There was a fight between the Devatas and the Daityas. Okay, I repeat, it was a fight between the Devatas and the Daityas. This fight went on for so many yugas. Okay, finally, what happened? The Devatas won. After the Devatas won, it was a joyous, jubilous moment, right? We have won a great war. This war was going for so many years, and finally it got over. And now the Devatas have won. They are very, very happy. They are enjoying, and they are wonderfully set up. Okay, and now what happens? There is now everybody are all the demigods, all of them are enjoying. They're enjoying to their fullest. Okay, now and they are also behaving in such a way they have forgotten who was the father. Okay, of course, now when we have to build our house or when we have to build our factory and all that, we become so dependent on our parents and for the help in the beginning. Okay, and then we say we want this, they say no, they say yes, and something goes on, and finally you establish it and you're very happy. Once it is set up, that's it. You are in your own world. You forget everything. Okay, you say yeah, you start enjoying. Then actually there when the father actually reminds you, okay, boy, this is not your thing. Okay, it's part of my hard work also. The same way Krishna also reminds the demigod. See how he reminds this. He appears in the celestial sky as a great yaksha. Okay, he appears as a great yaksha in the celestial sky. Now these demigods are really worried. What is this? Just now we had a great war between the Daityas, and now it's all over. And again, this big Yaksha is there. How to deal with this? So the king of the demigods, right, Indra. Okay, Indra actually sends his subordinate. So first he chose to send Agni. Agni Dev goes to over there and appears in front of the Yaksha. When he appears in front of the Yaksha, the Yaksha is there. Okay, now Agnideva starts speaking. Oh, my prowess, I can burn this whole universe just like that. Okay, now what happens is there, the Yaksha says, okay, fine, that's good. Okay, I produce a straw in front of you. Okay, now you burn this straw. Oh, what is this? This challenge just to burn a straw. Okay, how is it possible? How is it not possible? Oh, yeah, I do know. Yes, he says. And Agni starts to give his strength. So one by one, he starts failing. And then finally, he becomes so outrageous that he uses all his strength at once for a time. Still, the straw remains the same. Now he is feeling ashamed. Okay, he feels embarrassed. So he runs back to Indra and narrates the whole story. Oh, is that is Yaksha so great? Okay, now we'll send Vayu. Now Vayu goes. Vayu goes and say, see, my power is so great. Okay, I can turn the whole world down, upside down. I can do this, that. Okay, fine. We can just try to move this straw from this position. Now, why you tries this whole valor, strength, everything, but still he fails. Okay. Now the straw is just not even moved by 1 millimeter. Now, now this Vayu also gets puzzled. Oh, what is this? And this is something great. If I stay over here, then I am gone. That's all. Bachao, bachao, bachao. He runs, comes back to Indra. Then Indra now becomes very worried. What is this? Agni Dev went first, could not succeed. Vayu Dev could not succeed. No, I don't want to take any chance. No, I myself will go. By the time Indra reaches over there, the Yaksha has disappeared. And who was sitting there? Goddess Uma Devi. So Indra was taken into shock. What is this? They said there was a big Yaksha. No, Goddess Uma Devi is sitting. Then he feels somewhat, and he asks mother and asks, "Oh mother, what is this happening? What is this, all these leelas? What is this? Oh, your son, my son, you have forgotten your father, right? Huh? Your father was the one who gave an eternal father is Krishna." So then Indradev realizes, Indradev begins to realize his mistake, and then he asks forgiveness, and then he pays obeisances to Krishna, and then he returns back. So, like this, in this Jagat, in this in our scenario also, we are thinking, oh, I did this Janmashtami program, I did this wonderful thing. See, I organized it. So we forget our superiors, we forget our senior Vaishnavas who have actually given the pinpoint explanation and I think how to do what to do. Like that, sometimes we also get very carried away. Okay, oh, I am a Bhakti Viksha leader. Yes, I have done so much. See, I have so many members. I have wonderful kirtanyas in my team. I have wonderful um, so and so people who can preach nicely. All that. But where did all this come from? Where were you way back around 5, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years back? What were you? What were you doing? What were you doing? If you think like that, then forget everything. So we shall think. So the point to understand here is Krishna is the supreme creator, and we should glorify the Lord and none other than anything. So wonderfully said by Srila Prabhupada in this world, the creator, without the spurt of the sun doing its function, the moon doing its function, the sun gives light and heat, the moon gives the juices. Without this happening, can anybody imagine, do we get our daily bread and butter? No, it's not possible. Okay. So like this, we should understand why we are here, what we are here for, what we should do. As I told you also, we should try to give this consciousness. So you have got this consciousness, right? How many years did you take to get this consciousness? How many months you take? So now, with your capacity, at least you say, with your capacity, you can get one people into the moment, one people into the Krishna consciousness. If those who are little advanced can get 5 people into the Krishna consciousness, and those who are still more advanced can form a group of people and try to preach to them and try to educate them and give this Krishna consciousness. So thank you all for giving this wonderful opportunity, for taking, for helping me take this verse 15.12. It's such a nice subject that Srila Prabhupada has given so wonderfully. Thank you all for that. So in the interest of time, I stop here. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dhanat pranam to all. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. If anything I have spoken which is not correct, kindly correct me. I'm here to correct myself. Dhanat pranam. Hare Krishna.